NFL Presidential Address. Welcome, everybody. It is week 9. Yeah, we're almost halfway through. We are halfway through the season. And so far, my clients, my listeners, they're up money. That is for sure. If you bet every single play on the NFL Presidential Address this year, you would be up money. If you bet every one of my client plays this year, you'd be up money. I'm seeing it great. If you've never seen this show before, we take apart every single NFL game on the board. I try to find you guys winners, and we're going to start with the Thursday night matchup. Baltimore -7.5, a couple of 8s out there. They are heading into Miami. The total in this game is 50.5. 77% of the money written on Baltimore. It's why we're seeing an 8. And I understand it, although I don't love it. We still don't know if Lamar Jackson is going to play or not. Last week, them telling us he was going to play cost me and my clients a win. We had over 49 in the Baltimore Ravens game. It ended up on 46. We lost our quarterback without any prior knowledge. I don't want that to happen again. So we got to find a bet for this game that does not require Lamar Jackson. And I've got one for you. The Miami Dolphins over 20.5 points. This is one of my favorite plays on the board, period. End of story. I'll run this down for you at 100 miles an hour. Miami just put up 34 on Atlanta. Yeah, they had an off game. Well, they have lots of off games, but offensively, they stunk against Cleveland. But before that, 27, 24, 27, 21, 27. 6 of their last 7 games have gone over the total of 20.5 points. They're going to be playing catch up, come from behind, air it out football against the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens defense, although they played great the last 2 games, let Houston put up 44 on them. Everything is aligned. We got Miami at home in good weather against a bad defense, and offense is starting to play better. Take Miami Dolphins team total over 20.5. Before we get into Sunday's card, again, I want to shout out all the people that buy my NFL plays. Every week I go through the board on the show. We go down every game. But I always pull out 4 to 5 plays that I am personally stepping out on. Last week, we had a 4-pack. We went 3-1. I've had 8 NFL ATS bets for my clients all year. Yes, 8. I am 7-1 in those plays, 7-1. I've got my first 4% NFL ATS bet up for this Sunday. So please, guys, if you've never played my client plays, grab them. And if you are a long-term client of mine, you know you get bets on every single game on the board. Anybody who buys my NFL All Access Pass gets every single game ATS bets. I am 69-52 in ATS betting on every single game this year, every Thursday night, Monday night, Sunday night. It doesn't matter. That's every single game. 69 wins, 52 losses. So, guys, I am in really great rhythm in the NFL right now, and I'm seeing things perfectly. Well, not perfectly. We had a 3-1 Sunday. Anyway, let's keep moving. Chicago -2.5 going into Cincinnati, 52 on tap for Cincinnati, and I'm going to look to take the over in this game. Look, the bottom line is we've seen Cincinnati score. They've scored really well with Joe Flacco behind center. They did it last week. They did it the week before. What we're also seeing is that the Cincinnati Bengals defense is horrible. They couldn't keep the Jets out of the end zone. The Jets put up a big number on them. And when Cincinnati was up by 2 scores with 5-6 minutes to go in the game, they really were unable to flex and stop that New York Jets team. I think Chicago is better than the New York Jets. I think Chicago is struggling, but against the Cincinnati defense, I think we're going to get well into the 20s. I could see this game going into the 60s, take over the total of 52. San Fran now playing the New York Giants, -2.5 with San Fran, a total of 49. And we got to look at the under in this game, and we got to look hard at the under. 90% of the money is coming in on the over, and I don't understand that at all. San Fran is lacking weapons everywhere. They're injured all over the place. They were unable to put points up last week against Houston. They're struggling to score. Defensively, Houston was able to walk all over them, but now you've got a New York Giants team without their best wide receiver. Their running back just got injured, and their quarterback has come down to earth. 49 points is a ton. 28-21 gets you to 49. That's 7 touchdowns. There will not be 7 touchdowns scored in this game. The San Francisco defense should be able to handle this New York Giants offense. The weather is changing. The wind is coming. It's getting cold. Way too big a number. Take San Fran and the Giants under the total. Now we turn our attention to New England, -5.5 against Atlanta. The total here is 45, and 95% of the tickets written on New England, 89% on New England, 89% of the money, and I understand that. I like New England as well here. I look at this New England team, and guys, they are scary good out of the blue. If you actually go deep into their numbers, they are better than Atlanta in running. They're better than Atlanta in passing. They're better than Atlanta in total yards. They're better than Atlanta in total points. They're better than Atlanta defensively. There is only one single category that Atlanta is better than New England at, and that's stopping the run. I don't think that is stopping the pass. I understand that Drake May is playing really, really well. Will he struggle against a great defense? Will he struggle against a great defense who could stop the pass? I don't know. He put 30 plus up on Cleveland. Why shouldn't he do this against Atlanta? And this Atlanta team is on a free fall. Take New England minus the 5.5. Now we look at Pittsburgh +3 against Indianapolis. Pittsburgh at home as a dog. Total here 50.5. And I think this Pittsburgh team is a shell of its former self. I think from a secondary perspective, they might be the worst team in the league. Defensively, they are horrible. Offensively, they are struggling. And Indianapolis now looks like a complete juggernaut. Jonathan Taylor is unstoppable. Their O-line might be the best in the league. Danny Dimes could be an outside shot at MVP. They're playing great defensively. They're playing great offensively. And I don't think this is a look-ahead spot. I don't think this is a bad spot for Indianapolis. I think they go to Pittsburgh and they win. I think they win this game going away. Green Bay was able to go to Pittsburgh and whoop that Steeler team. I see no reason why the Indianapolis Colts can't. -3, that's a short number. Take the Colts. Carolina playing Green Bay. Green Bay -13. I never like to bet -13s, -12s, -10.5s. I will this game. This Green Bay team, firstly, they're not as good as everybody thinks. I understand they have a 5-1-1 record, but they really haven't even put a complete game together this year, let alone 2 complete games in a row. They looked horrible in the first half against Pittsburgh. They looked like world beaters in the second half. The good thing here is they have the Carolina Panthers. Whether Bryce plays, whether Dalton plays, it makes no difference. This Carolina team got whooped 40-9 against Buffalo, and they were 4-3 on the season at home against Buffalo. You would have expected a much better performance. They can't do that. That's the problem here. I think Green Bay can cover this number. I think Green Bay can cover an alt number of -20.5. I think Green Bay wins this game by between 21 and 31 points. That's how big a blowout I think we're going to see in this Green Bay Carolina game. And for Detroit, -9 against Minnesota. Carson Wentz is now out. Nobody has a clue whether JJ McCarthy is injured, not injured, playing, not playing. All I know is I don't want to play against Detroit coming off of a bye. Frankly, I don't want to play against Detroit, period. This Detroit team should be able to cover 9 against Minnesota. I know Minnesota's defense is good, but they're not going to be able to stop this Detroit team. If Minnesota puts up 17 points, and I think that's a big ask, Detroit will put up 30. There's your 13 points right there, 30-17. That also gets us right to the number on the total, which is why I've got nothing for you there. I think Detroit wins this game from between 13 and 17 points. Take the Lions. Denver playing Houston. Before we get into that game, I just want to ask you guys, please, if you don't mind, take a second out of your day to hit the like button. Also, make sure to comment in the comment section. It's greatly appreciated. I read every single comment. I respond to most, and it's how we get this show more exposure. likes, comments, subscribe to our channel, that type of a thing. So please, if you have nothing to say, no comment to make, just say, hi, Prez, and I'll see it, and I'll know that you care, and I'll know that you're trying to get YouTube to punch this show out to more people. Okay, Denver, Houston. I like two things in this game. I like Denver, and I like the over. Denver +1 here. Look, Houston looked really good. They're in their last game, and I understand that they played San Fran. They were able to move the ball up and down the field. They had some great play action passes. They were able to stretch the field. They've had a great running game, and their defense might be a top 3 unit in the league. Conversely, Denver's defense is also a really, really good defense, and they're also playing well of late. With that said, I like the over in this game. This Denver team scores a ton of points. We took Denver and Dallas over the total last week. I think it was 44-24, 68 points. And frankly, there could have been more points scored. Now Patrick Surtain is out. That will help the over. And why do I like Denver? I think Denver is just a better team than Houston. I think Houston is not nearly as bad as they were at the beginning of the season, but they're not nearly as good as they have been of late. And keep in mind, they have not had a very hard schedule. I think this Denver defense will be the best defense they face. And I think this Denver offense is able to stretch the field. And we have seen Houston in their last 3 games put points on the board. I think Denver wins this game. I think Denver covers +1, obviously, if they win this game. And I think this game gets well into the 40s. So take the Broncos and take the over. As for the Chargers, -10 playing Tennessee, a total of 44. I cannot play Tennessee under any circumstances. This team is absolutely hard. Between Tennessee, the New York Jets, the New Orleans Saints, and the Carolina Panthers, and I recognize that Carolina might not be mentioned in there, but we might have 3 really, really horrible teams in this league, and Tennessee is one of them. With that said, it's tough to take -10 on the road with the Chargers. I'm going to look to take the Chargers team total over. I think they get well into the high 20s, 24.5, easy over, 28, 31. I think the Chargers put up points. It's whether Tennessee can stick with them. I don't know. If I had to bet a side here, I would take the Chargers, but I prefer their team total over. And that way we don't have to worry about whether Tennessee has a backdoor cover or not. Jacksonville, -3, playing the Las Vegas Raiders, 45.5 is the total. Guys, this game is an outright pass for me. I can't find anything here. This Jacksonville Jaguars team looked incredible when they beat the Chiefs, and then they looked horrible. Trevor Lawrence looks incredible one drive and horrible the next drive. They can't find any consistency whatsoever. And I also don't want to play against Pete Carroll coming off of a bye. I think this Vegas team is much better than their record. So if I had to bet this game, I would take Vegas. But with Jacksonville being able to score if they're playing well, I could see them covering here. I can't take the over. Both teams are inconsistent, and I can't take the under because both teams can score when consistent. So this game is a total pass. Now we got the Rams -13.5 against the Spencer Rattler-less New Orleans Saints. Yes, I think he's benched and likely will not start. What do we do in this game? I think we take the Rams and hold our nose. I probably prefer the Rams first half, -6.5, -7. If you get a 7 out there, at least you can push on that first half bet. But at -13.5, I got to look at this and think to myself, the Rams are going to get us 24 points. The Rams are going to get us somewhere between 24 and 31 against this horrible New Orleans team. How many can the Saints put up? Do you think they can put up 17? I don't. I think they can put up 13. I think this game is like 27-13 written all over it, which is why the line is where it is. Although I won't be betting this game, I lean on the Rams. Kansas City playing Buffalo. I'm taking the home team here, guys. Buffalo +1.5. Look, we've seen the story play out year after year. Kansas City and Buffalo play in the regular season. Buffalo wins. They play in the postseason. Kansas City wins. Now, with that said, the Chiefs are playing maybe the best ball they've played. Well, for sure the best ball they've played all year. But they're playing regular season wise, right now, better than they played last year in the regular season. This team has found their defense. They've found their offense. Mahomes is playing outstanding. Kelsey is a resurgent. Rashid Rice is playing excellent. They've got a good running game. I just don't think they're going to get it done in Buffalo. I think the way Buffalo is set up right now, with James Cook being sort of the foundation of their offense, they are relying less on Josh Allen than they ever have. They're taking away their weakness in deep threat wide receivers by running the ball and running it consistently. When James Cook can put up 100 yards, what does that do? That opens up throws. That opens up lanes for Josh Allen to run and get over his rushing yards. This Buffalo offense is lights out. I think Kansas City really struggles to slow them down. And the Kansas City offense is really good as well. That's why this game is basically a pick'em. And I think we see this game be a field goal type game. I got nothing for you on the total, but I do think Buffalo does squeak out a nail biter. Take the Bills plus 1.5. Sunday night, Seattle playing Washington. Before we get into that, I got to remind you guys, tell you about my weekly show. I do a show every single day with Joe Ranieri and Art DeCesar. It's called The Best Betting Show Ever. And the name is appropriate. It's the best show I've ever been involved in my life. It's 30 minutes long. It's a show that is heavily focused on where the money is coming from, the wise guys, and what games the books are most worried about. When you get information from a bookmaker who is in the trenches every day, that is must listen to. Plus, it is a hoot. You will laugh. You will cry. You will get incredible winning information. It's up every day at around 12:30 Eastern. It's called The Best Betting Show Ever. Please watch it. And guys, like this show, comment in the comment section, and subscribe to our channel. 2 games left to go. Seattle playing Washington. Seattle minus 3.5. Washington. The total here, 46. This game is in Washington. And I don't know exactly who's going to play quarterback for Washington, but I do know Seattle is sneaky good. Their defense is playing outstanding. Their wide receiver core, spectacular. Their running game is phenomenal. So long as Sam Darnold does not make mistakes, I think the Seattle team can beat any team in the league. And they're really well coached. And on the road, 3-0 this year. They dominated road trips last year as well. I got to look to take Seattle here, guys. I hate that there's a hook, but this Washington team isn't good with Jaden Daniels. They're certainly not going to be good without him. They couldn't move the ball at all against Kansas City. I think this is a small price. We're going to take the Seahawks minus 3.5. And Arizona playing Dallas, 54 is the total, minus 2.5 with Dallas. That's where I'm going. I'm looking at the favorite here for this Dallas game. This Arizona team, I know they're coming off of a bye, but man, they have just been horrible. They have a great defense. I get it. Nobody is stopping Dallas in Dallas. I mean, this Dallas team in Dallas averages close to 40 points a game. If they put up 40 points on Arizona, they're going to annihilate the Cardinals, because no matter how bad Dallas's defense is, and it is bad, they simply are good enough to stop the Arizona Cardinals offense. Kyler Murray is not an NFL quarterback. They are lacking weapons coming out of the backfield. I am not impressed with this Arizona team. Look, I'm not impressed with Dallas, but this is a short price at home, a place where they dominate. We're going to take Dallas minus 2.5. That's it for week 9, NFL Presidential Address. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to comment, make sure to like, and make sure to buy my NFL plays, guys, because it's been an outstanding year so far, and I'm really in rhythm. I'm in sync. I got a big play up for Sunday. I hope you guys join me. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the Presidential Address, and we'll see you next week.